running for VP External.
Emily Barber. I am running for the position of LGBTQ Director.
Eric Holloway. I'll be seeking re-election as the Students' Union Director for Business.
Matthew Muchler. I am running for Vice President of Operations and Finance.
Sam Dietrich, and I'm running for Engineering Director.
Stephen Hodgson, and I'm running for Director of Arts and for the Senate.
I've had a lot of involvement with the majority of students living on campus, as well as business students, and they're the largest faculty on campus. So I have event planning experience and marketing experience, and really reaching out to the people. I'm very social and outgoing, so I feel like it's going to be an easy transition to go from where I'm at to representing the university on an executive level.
This will be my third term as the LGBTQ Director on the URSU. And in that time I have learned the Robert's Rules of Order. I've learned how the organization functions. I want to maintain organizational memory within the organization, and it's difficult to do that with turnover every year. And various involvements on campus. I think I'm pretty in touch with the campus community and what they need and what they want.
Being the incumbent and getting to do a lot of stuff this year, including being on the audit committee at the start of the year and hopefully being on the budget committee once that process gets underway here. I think that speaks for itself, and certainly anybody's welcome to approach me and ask me about my record. I think we've done a lot of good stuff, especially on fiscal transparency, and I think we can keep doing a lot of it.
Well, I am the only candidate that put their name in for this position. I am the current Vice President of Operations and Finance, so I have experience doing it this year. We had a very successful year in terms of finances, and I'm hoping to move that forward into the next year.
I think I have a lot of great strengths. I've been involved in student government at the high school level. I've been involved with Engineers Without Borders at the university level. I have a lot of great skills just from project class and just extracurricular background.
Well, in terms of experience, I've kind of had the whole university experience. When I first came to Regina, I came as an international exchange student in 2011, and now I am a national student, having become a permanent resident. So I feel I embody a lot of the experiences that give me the skills necessary to see other people's points of view and what should be done at the university.
I think what I would try to continue to do is, making sure that their voices are heard, and then planning events and working around their interests as a whole student body, not just particular groups or anything like that.
Definitely get more involved on committees. I volunteer a lot with the organization, but I want to be more officially involved in things like planning and budgeting of the organization.
I think if it came down to a specific policy or two, I'd say first off that we need to increase the student sponsorship line. Being in attendance at almost every single board meeting this year, I got to witness a lot of funding requests, and I got to see the tremendous value that the Students' Union provides to its students in the form of club funding and sponsorship of different events on campus. I think that we need to work to within the framework of a balanced budget, increase the amount of student sponsorship that we can give.
Our funding right now is broken up into club funding and student sponsorship, and where we're at today is we're about halfway through our club funding sponsorship, or our club funding line, and we are over on our student sponsorship line. And so in terms of budgeting to give money back to students, I want to increase the student sponsorship line from $30,000, which is what it was this year, to at least $45,000. You're probably wondering where we're going to get this money from. URSU is projecting a surplus of about $150,000 or up for this year, so we will have money to use going into the next year that we can give back to students. We also have added quite a few key team members within URSU, and one of the things that URSU has struggled with in the past is having executives in the operations side of URSU, which obviously if you look at our audited financials, that can end up being a problem. So one of the things that we want to make sure that the executives are doing moving forward is less of an operations focus, get the updates from the professionals, give it to the board, and not be hands-on in the operations.
The current person who holds this position, Stephen Mika, does a great job. Something I'd like to do personally is expand how UR self-serve works, the registration. I'd really like it to be have student evaluations digitized and available on there. And I'd also like classes that require students to purchase online access codes to complete assignments to also be identified. That's a hidden cost students are incurring that should be notified.
I'd probably do more to learn quicker. I find with these kind of student positions, you lose time in learning the ins and outs of student representation. So when I first became Director of Arts, for example, you have to learn all about Robert's Rules, meeting procedure, the structure of the university. I think if I was to do it all over again, I'd make more of an effort to do that. And at the same time, schedule perhaps the first week immediately meeting student groups. Because having expected perhaps someone to contact me, I've soon found out that you really have to chase down students, especially in the Faculty of Arts.
As our economy kind of is on a downturn, I think money is definitely one of the top priorities for students, and how their money is being used, and where it's, you know, financial transparency, and a lot of the other candidates do talk about that. So I do think that is one of the greater issues for students this year.
We do have the privilege of having gender inclusive or gender neutral, however you want to say it, washrooms. That definitely needs to be increased. There are not enough of them. It's difficult to find those spaces on this campus. Other than that, there's general misconceptions all over campus just about the LGBTQ community, and I think education and awareness are the biggest things that this campus needs to make it better.